Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the village. Now, if you're not new here, a few weeks ago I shared two videos on this channel. The first one was on how African education is failing and it has been used as a tool for neocolonialism. And the second one was on how Harvard has worked with Africans to build the biggest African language system that is currently out of Africa because they understand the importance of African languages. Now, hear me out before I actually play a clip of this video and what this brother is saying. Language and education are the two important things in the survival of any community, and that is why I keep emphasizing that we as Africans need to protect our language and find ways to tap into the indigenous knowledge that we have ignored for a very long time. Now, here is a video of this brother from Burundi almost proving my point.
The one who brought independence, he was killed here while he was in the meeting of independence. He was killed by Belgium.
Do people here hate Belgium? Because Belgium has,
No, we don't hate them because first of all, they educated us. We use their educational system. Everything, officials, we copy Belgium. And that's why we even speak French. They are our colonizer and we take them as our tutor.
He is captioned in this video saying he is grateful for the Belgium colonial rulers, and that is why Burundi almost copies everything from Belgium, including the language and the education system. In fact, he says that is why Burundi took up French, because they see Belgium as their tutor. And I was just listening to this reasoning and I was going like, oh my God. Are we really actually serious about this? Remember, Burundi used to be a kingdom, and I'm talking about royalty here. And many might not know this, but during the pre-colonial era, Burundi is said to might have invented the multicolored grain that is called sorghum, which is one of the 5th most important crops in the world right now. So how did Burundi actually go from being inventors and innovators and people who inspire the world to being currently the poorest country in the world, if you go by the IMF's, the World Bank, and the UN data? Just listen to this reasoning. For those of you who might not know, the European actually arrived in Burundi back in the 16th century. That's when Burundi was actually united with the Rwanda kingdom, becoming the colony of Rwanda Urundi, first colonized by Germany, and then the Belgium came to take over from the Germany, and this happened between 1916 all through 1922. So you can see that the impacts of colonialism, even post-colonial era, they are very real. Many of us think that Africa is free, but are we really free? I think this is a question that we really have to ask ourselves. Are we really free? And is this what we call freedom? Because if you say you're free, but you do not have the autonomy to go back and be proud of your culture, be proud of your language, that you have to take up somebody else's language, that if you're not proud of your indigenous knowledge or any knowledge that you have and you're copying everything from another country, then where is your authenticity? Where is your identity? Where is your culture? Where is your tradition? The oppression is still very much real. Many of us do not want to acknowledge that we are very much in a neo-colonial era that is really suppressing Africa and continuing to rob Africa of its glory. Many of us don't want to accept this truth, but the reality is here. Isn't this evidence enough? So what do we do then? I think it's high time for us to start questioning the systems that are in place. Who are they really serving? And it's time for us to really go and work with the grassroots people to try and find innovative ways to preserve our indigenous knowledge, our languages, our culture, our traditions, because we all know that these are the fundamentals that have actually inspired many, many inventions today. I mean, that is why many people actually say that Africa is the mother of inventions and the mother of humanity, because all human genetics can be traced there. And a lot of the inventions actually came from there. So it really breaks my heart to see this, because I think sometimes we also do lack the self-awareness to acknowledge the problems. But I'm really hoping that even as we start to have a lot of these difficult conversations, we will start to actually sort of like come to the realization that whatever we have right now is not working. We cannot just afford to be complacent and be comfortable with breadcrumbs. You know, Belgium, just like British and many other colonial countries, have brought nothing but misery to Africa and robbed it of its goodness, royalty, dignity, and most importantly, humanity. Since when did the oppressor bring freedom to the oppressed, when they know very well that they benefit from it? Post-colonial systems have left us such a horrible stage of delusion in Africa that these days, the very same people who took so much from us are said to be here to help us. Are they really helping us though? Are they? I think we need to take a step back and ask ourselves some very hard questions as Africans. Think about it. Things like borders have made us Africans look at our sisters and brothers on the other side and look at them as, oh, those are the others, instead of us understanding that we are one. We have come to believe that our own languages, indigenous knowledge, culture, and traditions are inferior to those who colonized us. But this is the time for us to question all the lies that have been fed to us. We have so much greatness in us, and we cannot afford to sit back and act like the breadcrumbs we receive are enough. We have to stand up. We have to be brave and take the time to fight for the right thing. The power to change these systems is definitely in our hands, and we have the ability to actually do so. We just have to try and open our eyes. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this.